Oops, sorry. Hello. I just started the recording. I was trying to do something. On your Moodle, I think it was my last class that I was teaching last time. I better remember. Last previous semester, we did not have synchronous Zoom classes. So I had recorded lectures for students, and somehow, for suddenly, those have appeared for some of the courses, the Pinocchio recordings, and I don't know why. So if you have them appear in your courses, you don't have to look at them really. The only one that should concern you is the very first I had uploaded regarding the syllabus and everything. So I'm going to take them down, but if I forget, uh, just don't mind those recordings. I just wanted to make some announcements, and then we'll start the presentations. Okay. So the email that you get today with with uh, with the recording clip, with the recording website, it'll have a few details. The first is, um, let's say, so I wanted to say that those of you who have not, um, who are not here or will not be attending Zoom classes, um, find a way to get your presentations to me, right? Send me YouTube. So somehow, do we have homework this week? Yes. And I am going to get to the homework. So I wanted to mention that those of you who've sent me YouTube um, and Vimeo, I got your recordings. I mean, not all of you. I will individually, I would have emailed you saying, I got this, I can see this. Some of you who've sent me YouTube videos, when I click on it, sometimes it says this video is private. So make sure that you make it public at least till I finish grading you. And then once you got your grades for this timeline, you can take it down. But at least till I I get to all of the videos, make sure you make your video public for me to see. And even if after I tell you that, yes, I got it, don't immediately take it down, because I got it does not mean I looked at it and graded it. So find ways to send your presentations to me somehow, right? If you're not going to be presenting on Zoom. Uh, the timeline, the verbal part consists only of 10 points out of 25. The rest of it is your presentation slides or poster and your actual presentation. So make sure you get that to me somehow. Um, Also, the email that I send you today will have the revision slides that I have sent for the first 6 chapters that we finished. This time, I'm sending you revision slides for chapter 4, chapter 10, which we will do next, and chapter 13. These 3 chapters will be on the exam. If we finish chapter 12, then I will include chapter 12 as well, but that depends on how much we finish by then. But definitely chapter 4, 10, and 13 for the exam. So I will send those revision slides. uh, I have to, you know what, I'll just shut down my email, that way it doesn't keep coming back to. Okay, so like I had mentioned last time, there are some people who are not attending Zoom synchronously, and they're finding it hard to communicate with me. So I have decided to, those people who are not here a lot on the Zoom classes, you should get an email from me. Of course, you're probably not going to be here right now, because if you're not one of those people, no, you should get an email from me soon, asking you to get in touch with me. I will schedule a Zoom class just for you guys, just so that, I want to check in with you, see if you guys are still doing okay, if you guys have any difficulties. So I will try to have multiple Zoom timings available for you, some including some on the weekend. That way, those of you who can't make it to regular classes on Zoom, we can have, we can have a meeting together and you can get your points across. So expect that email from me. And also, if you guys are those people who have missed submitting any of your homework assignments, so I want you to look at your Moodle gradebook. And remember how I had said quiz one, quiz two, all of those mean just homework one, homework two. So the first quiz is the one that you guys took on Moodle back in August. And then the rest of the homework assignments that you did on Learning Curve. Other than the timeline, I have posted all of those grades. Um, Only for chapter 7, the assignment that you had about classical conditioning and operant conditioning, that one, the grade is all the way back in the grade book. When you keep scrolling to the right, after the points for participation, class participation, you guys should see that. The rest of the grades are all there. So look at your grade book on Moodle, look at your Launchpad learning curve assignments, everything that you've done so far. And if you see, again, if you see anything that doesn't make sense, get in touch with me. And for all the assignments that are now past due, if you see any of these, try to see that you have saved progress. If you see any of these that you have not done, I am giving you all time till November 1st to submit any of the homework assignments that you've missed so far. Not tests, but homework assignments. But as I keep saying repeatedly, since these are past due assignments, they will not let you show your progress. So when you click on them, or when you finish doing them, make sure that when you are, for example, I'm just going to show this here. When you are on your um, actual segment right now, these are some of the people who've done it. This percentage section that you see here, let me just try and get my annotation software. When you see this percentage section, that is what I need a screenshot of, right? When you send me past due assignments, don't send me a screenshot of the screen that says you completed it 350 points. There's nothing I can do. I need to see these specific percentages, right? And coming back to homework for this week, as you can see here, let me just, I have included 2 learning curves for this time. I don't want you to get worried because these are not entire learning curves. For example, as you can see, there was another section here on hunger, which was like a big section. I have taken that out. So these 2 subsections in 10A and then 2 subsections in 10B, right? So that's fewer questions that you would have if I had included the entire sections. So these are the 2 sections, 10A and 10B, that is due for homework for this weekend. Do we have yeah. Did anybody have I thought that somebody had a question. So are all those things clear? Any questions before we go on to the presentations? Okay.
Well, I have a question.
Oh, yes. Go ahead, William.
Is it possible, like, for me to share last?
To go last?
Yeah.
Last as in today last, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we can arrange that. We're trying to, let's try to finish as many as we can, and I'll keep you in mind for last. And I'll ask Dumber to go first because last time he was about to go first and then he couldn't log in. So Dumber, you can go first today, and try to keep, all you guys, try to keep it to 5 minutes around that time. That way we finish most of them, because with the other classes, I finished the presentations. So You can share your screen number whenever you're ready.
Yeah, I did it.
You did it?
Yeah.
We can just see you. I mean, I can't see your slides. I can just see you. I think you're logged in through the other screen too, and that's where probably you can have your.
Just click on the share button and it doesn't show anything, just my picture only.
Yeah, it's just you. We can see.
Mhm.
Do you see? I think I see that you're logged in through two devices. Are you going to be sharing through the other device?
Yeah.
So then on the other device, click on share screen.
Okay. Okay.
Do you have your slides open there?
iPad, whiteboard, iPhone. Finder, choose application, I think.
Yeah, you will see. You should, if you have your slides open there, then you should see.
Yeah, I just save in document. Okay. Zoom. So click on Zoom.
Actually, you know what I'm going to do? Um, I am going to share. Let me do this.
I don't know.
Wait. Oh, can you? I have your slides with me that you had emailed to me. Do you
Yeah.
want me to show them on my screen and you can just
Yes.
tell me to go ahead and I
Yes.
can click
It's
on
the
it?
same thing. I just change a little bit to picture, but it's fine.
Okay. Um,
I just add two picture only. I don't know. It's a very hard from.
oh, it's still loading. That's not what I want to show.
I'll cancel one of them.
So it's
Cool.
still loading on my end. Okay. I'm going to open them here and I can share them. And just tell me when you want me to move to the next screen and I can click the next screen.
Okay.
Can you?
Okay.
Then here. Okay. And let me just, I'm just going to mute myself and you can begin whenever you're ready.
Okay. This is the first, just only the first page, and next page. Yeah. I try. Maybe so far I have seen five of us, but I have a little bit different the way I grown up at our faces. So I was born in 1982. I saw the picture. That is a tiny country. You might not heard this country name. It is in the south part of the Asia and is between China and India. That's called Bhutan. So when you Google it, you might see a very small, tiny dot. So in 1984, I have a youngest brother born. So, and after that, 1987, I started my school life from the kindergarten. And the below down, I have the picture where I started my primary school. And those are my teachers. And you might not seen the uniform, like this is the national dress of the Bhutan. That's called Go and Kira. The female teacher, they use the Kira, and then the male teacher they call the Go, Gho, Go. And then you might see that the building structure is the same, in similar in all over the country. It should be in the same style. That's like a particularly like a Chinese style. And this is the schools where I started. And after that, 1990, we have a civil movement in 1990. Because we are speaking the Nepali, and then they are speaking national language Jonka, and then we have a ethnic kind, like we have a movement. So they abuse, and we want the democracy in the country. So we fight in that time. We are exiled in 1992. So I lost my 2 year school. So after 1990, we live in the southern part of the country, Bhutan. We are not allowed to go to school. So completely school was closed for 2 years. So we were exiled. So with including my parents and a lot of peoples from our country. So I exiled in 1992 from Bhutan, and we moved to the Nepal across India. So we need to cross the border of India, and then we moved to the Nepal. And after 1992, when I came to Nepal, and I started a schools in 1993. Again, I get a chance to back to the school. So this is how the school we studied in like a very last condition. So some in this condition was provided by Caritas Nepal, that's called under the UNSCR, UNO, and this is the facilities we use in our schools room. Like that's how I learn in the schools in the camp. And I think next page. And after 1992 to continue, I continued the schools. And 2002, I completed a high school, and we have to move out from the camps for the 11 and 12. So we have a class up to grade 10 in a camp school, and 11, 12, we come out from the camp. So we move to the, as like other local people, they study. So this is the college we call a high school, and then this is the one I completed my high school from there. This is called Birta Higher Secondary School, that is in Birta Mode in the Japa in the eastern part of the Nepal. So in 2006, after that, 2006, I completed my bachelor degree in social science and humanities, and this is called multiple campus in eastern part of the Nepal. That's a Japa. And we have a different, like we have a 3 years bachelor degree in back home. Still, I don't know, the some like engineering, medicals, some field, they have a 4 year and 5 year degree, but like humanities and social science, like management, we have only 3 years. That's why we are facing travel years. When I come into the US, that's the real issue of our peoples. And 2005 to 2009, so when I was still in a college, like in a bachelor degree, I started my teaching career. So I have no option. So I started my school teaching as a profession in the camp from 2005 to 2009. All those are my staff, and this is the schools. So they don't pay a salary, but they give us incentive. So though we live in a refugee camp, we don't have to pay the rent, no utility, but only to buy the food, and that's all the additional for the schools and college fee. And I was a mathematics teacher for almost, I think, 4 years. In 2009, next page. In 2009, I left the Nepal toward the US. That means this is, you might know, maybe you may not see this one, IOM. This is the Immigration Organization for Migration. This is the organization held by the Department of Homeland Security. And this is the one bus facilities provided by the IOM to us, to up to the airport of the Nepal, and then to the US in the different part of the US in the different states. So in 2009, I got a chance to fly, and then 2009 in the same, I landed in the Atlanta. This is the airport. I still remember the Hartsfield, Atlanta, the busiest airport in the world. And also immediately in 2009, I started working in the airport, catering for the Delta Airlines. Till now, I'm still working in a Get Go Made in Columbus, CMH Airport. So still I'm working in the same company since 2009. So next page. And 2011, so I was born in a married life. So she's my spouse, and so I get married from Texas, Dallas, Fort Worth, in 2011. And after 2012, I started my college from the Georgia Piedmont Technical College. Formerly, it was a DeKalb Technical College. It's close by Georgia perimeter. That's a part of the Georgia State University. So next page. In 2013, after 2 years, I have a first baby boy. And 2014, I became a U.S. citizen. So it was 5 years from 2009. So 2015, I lose my dearest grandmother. She passed away at the age of almost 90 years. And 2007, as I graduated associate degree in accounting. And then in same year, 2017, I have a second baby boy. He born in Atlanta too. And I think 2018, I moved to the Ohio. So because of a lot of my family members, they moved to the Ohio. So I moved to the Ohio in Columbus. Currently, I'm living in Canal Winchester. You might not heard this place. It's all the way southwest part of the Ohio, Columbus. And 2020, started a college again for nursing. So I didn't find like I thought immediate and quick. I thought I'll get a job in nursing field, and that's why I changed the program from the accounting to the nursing. So next page. Now this is my future planning. So 2022, this is my estimated graduation in nursing. And 2024, I want to travel the world. Especially, I'm eager to travel Europe. And then 2032, I expect my kids will graduate high school. And 2033, we'll have started a volunteer. I want to volunteer in my community. And then start a job in a hospital in 2023. I skipped that one before that. And 2027, this is my expected retire from the job. And also want to spend my time in, I usually write the articles in my language. So I'll spend my time in writing articles and hopes planning to publish the books too. So, and also maybe that time I will have grandkids and play with them, enjoy. So far, this is the planning timeline I have ever, and this is the planning for the future.
Thank you, Dumber. Do you guys have questions for him?
I have a question.
Yes, go ahead.
I don't know if you talked about this because my Zoom keeps going in and out, like it keeps kicking me out. But what type of nursing do you want to go into? Like an LPN and RN?
I'm planning RN.
Oh, RN. That's cool. That's what I want to do.
I don't know that. No, I did associate in accounting, but immediate and quick. That's the job guarantee is a nursing. So that I don't know why I spend the time over there. I completed a 64 degree over there. I did associate, but so far I get some of the credit from the previous degree, so it'll be quicker.
That's cool.
Anybody else have question for him?
I do.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I forgot. I'm sorry.
Did it have anything about his moving or changing
I think
countries?
it was like I think what I wanted to ask was I don't know. I guess I don't know. I'm sorry.
If you think of it, you can ask. Anybody else?
Yeah. Yeah, the question I had, when you were traveling from, is that Nepal to the US, is that a lottery you play, or just they just you were just opportune to travel, they give you a free opportunity, or you apply for that?
Yeah, this is the for the refugee all over the world. So this is the UNHCR is the part of the UN, and then we are looking by or supported or facilitated by them. So at the end, we suppose we actually want to back to the country,
Okay,
and
so
they give
that
us,
is what
yeah,
resettlement, right?
yeah, they give us two options, but they
Okay.
don't follow the first option back to the country, and they give us second option to choose, and then it's like some people are forcefully to come, but we have no choice. Like we are thinking for our future, that's why we choose the second option. Like, okay, let's go to the US.
US,
That's
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, I remember my question.
Yes.
How long did it take you to learn English?
Oh, you mean
Like
Did you
I don't
speak
know.
English in Bhutan as well?
yes.
Yeah,
Only,
yeah.
only the Bhutan, they speak only that native their national language Jonka, and the rest of them all are in English, and we are taught by the Kerala Indian teacher.
All right.
That's the we have an impression about the Kerala teacher. That's
I've had some of those.
yeah, they
It's a
have a
very,
100%. Yeah.
very heavy accent. I used to
Okay.
find it hard to
I got
understand.
only chance for a grade UK kindergarten and one, and I moved to the Nepal. That's why I miss those teachers. So maybe I have a greater fluency when I have with them all the high schools. That's why I got I don't know that
Yeah.
we have a low skills or not a professional teacher in our camp. So that's
No,
why.
but yeah, but William, you will be surprised in Bhutan as well as in India. Higher education is in English, so most of us speak English already. If you're pursuing higher education, which 90% of the people will do,
Oh, so you take it as a foreign language over there?
I mean, the higher education is only in English. So if you want to get that, you pick it up. You have no
Oh,
choice.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why some
I
of
didn't
the
know.
co-worker they ask me, "Oh, I want to go to see Mount Everest, but do in your country people speak English? So maybe I face trouble." Like, no, you don't. Majority of the people nowadays, teenager,
Yeah.
everybody they speak. But if you
Everybody
go to the
speaks it.
old senior people, they may not speak with you, but you'll find an interpreter. Don't worry.
Correct. Yeah. I wanted to. So again, after we finish all of the presentations, I know you guys have a lot of questions, especially for Dumper. So we'll come back to him if we have time. But in the interest of time, we'll move to the next presentation.
Okay,
Thank you, Dumper. That was awesome.
you're
I
welcome.
think I will go next.
Who said that? Oh,
Sarah.
Sarah. Sarah, you can, yeah. You
See
can
what
go
I
ahead.
can share my screen.
Uh, oh, you don't know how to share your screen.
I'm clicking on it, but it's not opening.
Do you see the, are you,
Okay,
yes,
you
yeah,
see it? Okay.
yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
Very-
quick.
Okay.
Are you able to access your camera?
To put my camera on.
Yeah, the video on, like if you can, that way we see you while you present.
I clicking on it. It's not.
Do you see on the left next to the mic, it says share video, stop video, start video?
Okay, you
Yes,
can see
we
me.
see you. Yes, now I'm going to mute myself. You can go ahead.
Okay. This is my slide. A lifetime learned by Sarah Mattia. Okay. Infant from infant school age 0 to 12 years, Erickson. I was born in the city of Monrovia, West Africa, in Liberia, 1981. And I am the older daughter of my parents. I was born in life near the ocean, became an older sister, lived in a big family. But then after war, a civil war started, a 14 years civil war started. There was a big fight and the people were dying. They had little kids. This is the ocean where I was born. We were living near this ocean. This is West Africa. And then after that, when I was 9 years old, the civil war broke up and people, they had children, killing children. You can see there. They had little kids holding gun, killing people. They never have feeding for nobody. And at that time, people were running. My parents were so confused, running, hit the scatter, and they had to keep us under the bed. We were hiding under the bed, and while they were looking for food for us to eat. And then that we found chance to leave the city to go to the village. And this is the village where we were hiding for safety. We were in this village for like 4 years. And then later we came back, we moved back in the city on 12 years to 27 years age, 15 to 16, we moved back to the ocean near Morovia. That's the water there. And after that, this ocean rise and it broke a lot of homes. People were homeless. It ran through the city. Half of the ocean, all the houses you see over there near the ocean were broken down by the sea. And we were homeless. We had to move to another place. We never had home at that time. When I graduated from high school, my mother had a congestive heart failure. She was diagnosed with congestive heart failure. And then in that time, I became pregnant twice. My first pregnancy, my parents considered me, I was with my parents at that time. I had my first child. And they took the child from me for me to go back to college. After that, I got pregnant again for the second time. And then my father threw me out of the house. So I was in the street, I was homeless. I went through a lot of struggle. I almost had a baby in the street because our people back then, you have to be married before you had a child. So it didn't work like that with me. So they had to throw me out of the house or in the street. I had a child in the street living with friends, but I struggled my way back and I went to one nursing vocational school and I graduated after that in this age, 28 years old, and I got married. I met my husband, I already had 2 kids. And I met my husband, we got married, and I started college again. But things didn't work out. So it was like, so I decided to try the lottery. They call it the DV, diversity, they call it diversity visa program. So I played the lottery with my husband and I won the lottery and I was the principal applicant. And I was given visa to travel to the US. So I and my husband travel with him. And now I had in here, I had 2 kids, plus the one I had, and I left my oldest son back home because I didn't have money to bring him over here. Yeah, right now he's almost 21 years old. Yeah, back there, I lost my parents. My mother died in congestive heart failure. I lost my father, and I'm here in the US now trying to follow my school. And I got my siblings back home. I got two brothers in college, and I paying tuition for them. At the same time, I got another one in high school that coming on next month. I've been sponsoring them, supporting them. At the same time, I'm here working full time, going to school at the same time, taking care of family. It's not easy, but life must go on. And then I continue My education, where I am now, I got a lot of huge responsibility. I paying school fee out of pocket. That's why I work full time to sit down full time school. Then I got family back home that I need to take care of. And here, my future, my graduation, when I graduate from college, I would like to buy a home in Ohio. Yes, I already in the process, and build a clinic in my country because a lot of people suffering over there. People die over there. They don't have money to go to hospital because myself I experienced it when I was pregnant. I almost died in the street. I was in labor. I almost had a baby in the street. I didn't have money. I was homeless. I was helped by a lady that took me to the nearby clinic, and I have my baby there. And my son now here, he is 13 years old. He just turned 13. Yes. Anytime I see him, I think about my bike. I think about that time I went through with him. But thank God he's here with me. And I would like to build a home for low-income family in Liberia. And mentally, I will help a program. I want to have a program that to mentor program women in Liberia, meaning women that women that are pregnant that need help. That's the program I want to carry on in Liberia to help my family. And this is my dream house. I would like to build in my country. When I retire, I go home and enjoy my money. And I didn't put that one there. I'm trying to be the RN, but I'm going for the LPN first because of my family, I can do everything as one. So RN first, then LPN first, then go back and do RN, then go so and so till I can reach where I'm supposed to reach in life. This is the end. So that's it.
Guys, questions for Sarah?
I love the pictures that you put in there. Those are cute. I love those.
I agree.
I don't have a question, but I want to say I'm glad everything worked out for you. It's awesome.
Number is saying, I pray good dreams come true.
Thank you.
I
So
forgot
it's
my
kind of like a
question.
miserable and like a lot of problems. So, but this will be a good moral when you be succeed and when you start mentoring or helping the people back home. Those people who neglect you, they will like start respecting.
Yeah, your experience are going to help a lot of people take the strength from, what you went through and how you overcame things. So yeah, I can imagine that was not for both of you sharing, some of those experiences was not easy, but I'm glad that you did, and we appreciate that. So yeah, thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Did anybody, who's going next?
I'll go next.
Who said that? Oh, Brooklyn.
Yes. So I kind of took a different approach, and I made a poster.
Okay.
So this is the start of my poster. So on July 4th, 1997, I was born. So I was a firecracker baby. And then in March 20th, 2002, my sister was born. And then here's a picture of my sister. If you probably can't see it. No, I don't think you can see it. Shucks. Well, my sister was born in March 20th, 2002. And then my brother was born September 24th, 2005. My brother actually has a different mom. I didn't put really too much in my childhood just because I kind of had a rougher childhood that got kind of personal with my dad and stuff. My dad is a really bad alcoholic. So I was in the middle of like, I've seen a lot more than my siblings. My dad really wasn't there. So it was, personal, I guess. I was really close with my dad's mom though, and I lost her back on June 23rd, 2009. And then this is my goofy little angel wings. I tried to draw. But she was the most honest, caring grandmother. I really couldn't have asked for better. So losing her was really rough for me. Going back to my dad would come pick us up his weekend, so we could spend time with him. But it just eventually turned into us going to my grandmother's. So he'd like pick us up and hand us to somebody else. So I grew a really big connection with her. So when she passed, she got really sick. She died from pneumonia. And then my first day of high school was August 23rd, 2011. I was 13 years old. I was the younger one in my class. And then in January of 2013, I got my driving permit. And then in July 5th, 2014, I got my driver's license. And then here's my little car. My arting skills are not that great. In May of 2015, I graduated high school. After that, I attended Muskingum University to start a degree to be a pediatrician. That was always my dream because I wanted to help kids that were in need. That didn't really work out. So I transferred to Ohio University to start my nursing degree. And then life kind of got in the way. My teen years to my adult years, I've kind of blossomed. I learned a lot of independency. I got my first job when I was 16 at Little Caesars. I bought a new car, my first car in October of 2016. I skipped one. I met my husband now back in July of 2015. He was 17 and I was 18 at the time, so we were really young. And then in November of 2016, we had our first son. He was 7 pounds, 2 ounces. We moved out on our own in November of 2017. We've been on our own since then. And then we found out we were pregnant again in July of 2018, and we gave birth to our second son in April of 2019. And he was 8 pounds, 15 ounces. So he was a big boy. In January of 2020, I got a job at Genesis Hospital, and I work on orthopedics, which is broken hips, broken knees, all that good stuff. We get some neurosurgeries and stuff, and I really like it. In January, that's kind of when I discovered COTC, and I try to go back for my nursing degree. So that's my goal now. Me and my husband, we got married back in April of 2020. And then in May, I was actually in school I was at Mideast Career and Technology Center in the multi-skilled technician program. And I graduated from that in May of 2020. So I can do phlebotomy, and I could do EKGs, and I could do like pharmacy technician. I can do home health, I have my STNA. So I have a little bit of stuff, but now that I'm actually in the hospital, I want to advance my career and continue my education. And then on the back, I have my future timeline. So in spring of 2022, I want to graduate with my associates in nursing. And then I want to keep going and graduate with my BSN in fall of 2023. My goal is to buy a house in 2024 after I'm done with my nursing stuff and get established, with the nursing career. In 2024, I also want to pay off my car. That's a really big goal for me, is to pay off my car. And then I kind of want to go forward a little bit, and I want to start school to be a nurse practitioner in 2024. And then my goal to graduate nurse practitioner school is spring of 2026. In 2030, me and my husband will be married for 10 years. And then in November of 2023, I'm going to feel really old because my son will turn 16. And then in April of 2035, my youngest son will turn 16. So I'm kind of a family person. I love my kids. My goal was to kind of fill that void that my father didn't have with me and bring it to my kids. So like I said, I didn't really blossom until my teen years. So my early childhood, I don't really have, I kind of just woke up and did, your activities of daily living. But when I turned into my teen years, like I said, I grew my independency and really experienced life a little bit. And that's pretty much my timeline.
Guys, questions for her?
I have a question. What's your son's name?
Brantley, my oldest is Brantley. He'll be 4 next month on the 30th. And then my youngest son is Bryson. He'll be 2 in April.
Oh, those are cute names.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Other questions? Did somebody have any more questions? Somebody was saying that, I think Dumber was saying they have the same car. I think I had a question, but I'm forgetting.
Same car, and she has 2 boys. I have also 2 boys.
Oh, see, lots of lots of commonalities there. Did you wait? I forgot. Shoot. What happened? No, I was just responding to CJ on the chat, and I forgot my question. It'll probably come back to me. But thank you. Oh yeah. Can you show me your
Oh yeah.
future part, because we could just see you. Then I'm going to, what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to say something that way. I will see you as a speaker view. I'm trying to get you as a speaker.
Okay. I didn't draw any pictures on the back, but that was kind of my future.
Okay. Thank you. I got that. Because when you were talking, the future part, your poster was kind of below you.
Okay.
So I couldn't. So I have that. Okay. Who's going next?
I can go next.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so I was born in Asala, Ethiopia on June 1st, 2001.
Wait,
And I am
so
the youngest
sorry.
of 3 siblings.
Hey, Najat, did you have slides?
Yeah.
Or can you share your screen? Because
Yeah, I'm sorry.
because we can,
Yeah.
I mean, you're beautiful to look at, but also want to see your slides. So you can have your camera and then you can have
And
your
also we are eager to watch.
watch the slides, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, can you guys see it now?
Yes, but now we can't see you.
Okay. All right, so I was born in Asala, Ethiopia, and I am the youngest of 3 siblings. I was born on June 1st, 2001. And so when I was about 2 months old, my dad had to leave Ethiopia. He moved to Kenya because it's a very long story, but to make a long story short, there was a lot of conflicts with different ethnic groups in Ethiopia. There's still conflicts to this day. And my ethnic group used to get oppressed a lot, and my dad was very vocal about the oppression, and the government didn't like that, so they threatened to put him in jail. So he fled the country. So as a result, my mom had to raise me and my three other sisters all by herself with very little outside help. And so from ages 6 to 10, I was in elementary school. This was still in Ethiopia. So I attended a private school and I did very well academically. My mom was a teacher, so she pushed me to be a better student. And I had very good social skills. I got along with everyone, had a very easy time making friends, got along with teachers, and I just loved school overall. And the most important relationship in my life to this day is the one with my mother. We had a very good relationship. She sacrificed a lot for the comfort of my sisters and like me. So I'm very grateful for that. And she loved me unconditionally. She pushed me to be successful in school and all that. And I just felt very comfortable talking to her and everything. So we had a very, very good relationship. And when I was about 10 years old, actually, let me backtrack. So when I was about 9, my mom sat me and my sisters down and she told us my dad has started a process to bring us here to the United States, and we probably gonna leave her behind. She's probably not gonna be able to come with us, but that's just the reality. And we were very frustrated, but there was nothing we could do about it. And like after a year, she told us everything went through and everything was successful, so we'll be coming to the United States. And we were forced to leave our mom behind, which was very heartbreaking. And so I came to the United States in December of 2011, and that was the first time I saw my dad for in person physically. I talked to him on the phone and everything, and I saw pictures, but I had never seen him physically, and that was the very first time at the airport that I saw him. And like that's when we started building our relationship from that point on. So upon arriving here, I had to adjust to like new ways of living. From like 10 to 11 years old. So I spoke like no English. I didn't know any English at all. I couldn't even ask the teacher to use the restroom. That's how bad it was. And so I had to learn English, which was not easy. I also attended school in the US, which was very different from like going to school back in Ethiopia. And as a result of me not being able to speak English and express myself, I had difficulty fitting in with my peers, and I got bullied like a lot, and that was difficult. So I just did not like school from ages 10 to 11. It was just a bad experience for me. And when I was about 12 years old, we moved. So I changed school districts, and I really like my new school district. Everyone was very accepting. People were not. People were very nice, and like no one really bullied me. Even if I couldn't express myself, people tried to understand what I was saying and everything. So as a result, I felt comfortable speaking, and I started coming out of my shell. I became more outgoing, and my English speaking skills improved significantly. And when you come here from a different country, I think every school has it. They have a program called ESL, which is English Second Language. And they basically just help you navigate your way through school, help you with your schoolwork and everything. And every year take a test to see like if you still need to be in the program. And when I was in the 6th grade, I passed the test, and I no longer needed to be in the program, which was a very big accomplishment for me at the time. And from ages 13 to 14, that was when I was in junior high. When I was in junior high, I made a lot of friends. That's when I found my friend group that I would go on to like high school with and everything. And yeah, like when I was in junior high, I really wanted to fit in with my peers. I wanted everyone to accept me. So I would kind of hide my Ethiopian background. I wasn't very proud of like my background, and I just wanted to blend in with everyone. And the school district that I went to was not very diverse. Like it was mostly Americans. I would say like 90% Americans. I didn't really have any like foreigner friends and stuff like that. So I was not very proud of my Ethiopian background. Throughout junior high and even high school, my mom was still like in Ethiopia, which was very, very difficult. Like I just felt like there was a missing piece. I didn't have like my mom to guide me through my adolescent years, and I just missed her a lot. And yeah, I would envy friends, like my friends' relationships with their mother and stuff like that. And from ages 15 to 18, that was when I was in high school. And in high school, I kept pretty much the same friends from junior high. Not a lot happened in high school. It was just I went through high school with like very few significant events. I My best friend Michelle, who I met when I was in junior high, moved to Canada as a junior in high school, which I remember was very difficult on me because we were very close friends. But when I was in high school, I started making more friends like outside of school, and I started making a lot of Ethiopian friends. And most of them were born here, but they were very proud of like where they came, like their background and the fact that they were Ethiopian, and they embraced it. So I started thinking, why am I not like proud of my background? I should be like, I should be more proud. I was born there. Why do I hide the fact that I'm Ethiopian? So I started embracing the fact that I'm Ethiopian and all that. And I also had my first romantic relationship in high school. It didn't last long, but I remember being a little heartbroken. And in May of 2020, I graduated high school. That was that was a big thing for me. I was very proud of myself. For the future, one of my biggest goals is to bring my mom to the US. Me and my sisters have already started a process to bring her here. It was the reason she couldn't come all these years was because you have to be 21, at least 21, to bring your parent as a child to the United States. So we had to wait until my older sister turned 21 to bring her here. But we've started a process, and we're hoping she'll be here within like the next year. Another goal of mine is to graduate college. I'm a nursing major, so I want to become a registered nurse. And once that happens, I want to go back to school and pursue my master's and become a nurse practitioner. And I also want to get married, travel the world, have kids, all that. That's about it.
So Najat, can you do something? We couldn't actually see, we just saw your first and last slides. Can you click on each one by one? That way we see your slides.
Sure.
We don't see it. Can you click on that thing that says enable editing? On the yellow, yeah. Just click that, and then from the beginning, oh, we lost your screen, I think.
Can you guys can't see?
We lost, no, you have to do share screen again, I think. Yeah, and now.
Okay, can you guys see it now?
Yeah, and now just click on the next slide so we can see.
Second, yes.
Okay, I think I went through all the slides.
Yes, now, so then when I'm grading it, I can pause at each of the slides and I can see them. So that was good. Guys, questions for Najat?
Yeah, I have a question. Yeah, she said that both of her parents are still back home in Ethiopia. So how you get it into US?
No, I said my mom was in Ethiopia. My dad was, he actually, like I said, he had like conflicts with like the government, so he had to move to Kenya, and then eventually he came to the United States, and he started a process to bring me and my other siblings. And that's how we came here.
That means at first he came in US.
Yeah, he came here, and then he started a process to bring us here, and he brought us here.
Other questions, guys? Questions. Come on, we'll take one more question and then we'll move to the next presentation.
So one more, like, do you need to still wait to file for your mom, but your dad is here, so that I think dad can file for your spouse, like.
Yeah, doesn't it work through marriage?
Yeah, he tried, but we tried actually twice. Like, but for some reason they denied that. I'm not very sure, but
Okay.
like, yeah, they would not let us bring her here.
Maybe the change in immigration policy and something, maybe it happens. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. But usually the spouse, like either wife or husband and wife, I think they can file.
Yeah, my dad, he couldn't, like, I don't think they were legally married, and you would have to go back and like provide evidence that you were married. But my dad couldn't go back to the country because like he was basically like, you know, a political prisoner. He couldn't go back. They would arrest him if he went back. So there was no way he could go back and marry her. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
that makes
yeah.
sense. I have a question, Najat. If you met, let's say now, if you met somebody who came from Ethiopia here, just like you did as a kid, now having lived here and dealt with a lot of things that you dealt with, what would you tell them?
I would just tell them, like, you know, it's probably not going to be easy at first learning the language, getting used to living here and everything, but you have to push through, and eventually like you'll get where you want to be.
Yep, fair enough. And again, I really commend you for your siblings, for trying to make it on your own and trying to sort of push through, and something that one day you'll really be proud of. And I want
Yeah,
you to know
that's the
that.
goal.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thanks, Najat. Who's going next?
I'll go next.
Okay. Wait, who said that?
Jessica.
Wait, okay.
You-
CJ, I just wanted to say, after class, if you can stay for like 5 minutes, I'm not able to chat and do this at the same time. So
Okay.
I just
Okay.
wanted to.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, Jessica.
You won't be able to see me and my slides at the same time because I Zoom on my phone. My slides are on my computer.
So then we'll see your slides, and then after you're done, we'll see you for the question
Yep.
answers, I guess.
Can you guys see that?
Yes.
Okay. So I was born on February 26, 1992. I was actually born in the elevator of the hospital on the way to the delivery room. I had an older sister patiently waiting for me at home. Unfortunately, at 6 months, my parents split up. It was a very toxic relationship to begin with, so it's probably for the better. I stayed with my mother. At 1, I learned how to walk with a red checkered cat. And I met my stepmother for the first time, who is now probably my best friend. So, at 1.5, I was told I was fully potty trained, but I don't know if I believe them because that's kind of crazy. Then at 3, I had my first little brother. I actually asked my mother if she could take him back to the hospital because he wasn't the right baby. I promise I love my little brother now. At 4, my second little brother was born. At 5, obviously, I started school. At 6 years old, my mom had some financial issues, so I was forced to move in with my father and my stepmother. At 7, there was some family issues, and the decision was made to move from one school district to another, so I was leaving behind all of my friends. And then at 8, my father became very violent with my stepmom, which caused us to have to move again, this time in the same school district. But that was kind of the turning point of my relationship with my father, so started to get really rocky with him. At 10, my father was diagnosed with multiple mental illnesses, and he turned back to drugs. At 11, I met my now closest friend, and her family kind of became my safe haven, my comfortable place to go. And we joined the middle school musical together. At 13, me and her went to our first concert, was Fall Out Boy and All American Rejects. At 16, in the middle of my junior year, my father threw me out of the house for absolutely no reason. So I was forced to move back into my mother again, switching school districts in the middle of my junior year. I missed 25 days of school because my father wouldn't sign his rights over to my mom. And I also met my very first love. At 17, I moved in with said first love. At 18, I graduated high school with an advanced Regents diploma. I took my first vacation to Florida. I registered for college, majoring in criminal justice. I began working at Peebles, which is a clothing store in New York, because that's where I'm from. And my mother was unfortunately diagnosed with stage 4 cervical cancer. At 20, I was promoted to assistant manager at Peebles. Unfortunately, my mother lost her battle with cancer and passed away on April 24th, 2012. I received a phone call from my mom saying that from my stepmom saying that my father had overdosed, and they were only giving him a 5% chance of living, but he pulled through. And at 21, I broke things off with my first love. He as well was abusive and very toxic relationship. I moved back to my hometown in with my friend from before. And I reconnected with my now husband, and I began working at Great Batch, which we make pacemaker batteries. At 22, I bought my first car. Yay. It was, for some reason, I thought I needed a sports car, and it was $17,000, and I still have it, and it barely works. Things fell apart with my now husband. Unfortunately, we went our separate ways. Also, my stepmother finally left my father, who unfortunately later that year overdosed for a second time, pulled through. At 23, the plant I was working for at Great Batch was actually closing, and I had to make a decision of whether I would move to a new plant or find a new job. Well, at 24, I decided to stay with Great Batch, which resulted in a promotion to production coordinator. My father overdosed for a third time, also pulled through. At 25, I reconnected with my now husband, who had a son during the time we were split up, and I bought my second car. At 26, we got married. We eloped. We were engaged for 6 days. I had 10 people at our wedding. A couple months later, we threw a reception for those who were not at our wedding because some people were pretty upset. I was also diagnosed with PCOS, possibly hindering my chances of having my own children. At 27, it became way too expensive to travel from New York to Ohio 1 to 2 times a month to visit with my stepson. So we decided to move to Ohio. All of our family, both my husband and mine, are all back home in New York. So here we are. I'm 28. We made the big move just before the virus, literally the day before the shelter in place was put in. We moved here. My father overdosed for a 4th time, and he pulled through again. I no longer have a relationship with my father. I don't speak to him. I just he's my dad, so I just like to know what's going on and be there for the rest of my family. I decided that factory work was no longer for me, and I registered for STNA classes. I received my license in June. I decided to finally begin the climb to my dream job in nursing. September 24th, I found out we were expecting our first child. So yay. In the future, in the next few months, I plan to finish this semester and register for spring semester. My baby is due in May. After I get used to the role of mommy, I will be applying for nursing school. We also have some plans on buying our own home. And once all the schooling is over, I hope that I can find a job in surgical nurse.
Thank you, Jessica. Questions for her? CJ says
Congrats on
congratulations.
having your baby. Well, still pregnant with your baby.
I will say, you see a lot of funny things being a surgery nurse. So good luck. That will be a very interesting path.
No dull day, I guess, right? Not a boring day in that job.
Do
Any
you know
other
if you're
questions?
having?
Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Huh?
Do you know what you're gonna name your baby?
If it's a girl, it will be Mariah Lynn. If it's a boy, it'll be Wyatt James.
Oh, those are cute names.
Thanks.
Any other questions? Okay, thank you, Jessica. Who's going next? Wait, we
I
have
can go
time.
next.
Sarah, yes.
See my screen?
Yes. Sarah, are you saying something because your mic is on mute? Hey, Sarah.
Oh, I didn't know that it was on mute. Okay,
Yeah.
so this is my timeline. I was born on April 6, 2004 at Licking Memorial Hospital, and I learned to walk and talk a couple months earlier than average. That's supposedly what my mom told me because she didn't know the exact date. But yeah, and a couple years later, my parents divorced and my father moved out. I attended Cherry Valley Elementary School in 2008, which also stems into my earliest memory of having my first day in kindergarten. I remember I was like, I was sitting on the floor and I was watching TV. I was watching, I think it was an episode of like Barney or something. And I remember it was like right before I went and had my first day at kindergarten. And I experienced most of my middle school years at Wilson Middle School until I made a major switch into online school in 8th grade at OHVA, Ohio Virtual Academy. And I attended OHVA for 3 years until I enrolled into CCP and began my first semester of what would be 11th grade at COTC. So this is my first semester in college. And then earlier this year, my mom and I decided to move from our apartment of almost 17 years into a new house that's a little closer to Columbus. And it's going pretty good so far. There are a couple things that did happen this year, but they were super personal and they were also very recent. So I felt kind of uncomfortable sharing it, if that's okay. And this is my future. As soon as I graduate college, I'd like to earn my doctorate in psychiatry in NYU Medical School because I've always wanted to live in New York City. And I have a lot of various hobbies that I would like to continue doing later in life, such as starting a small zine, which is like a magazine, but it's like smaller. It's like more personally made, and they're pretty fun. And drawing comics. Um, one of my aspirations was that I wanted to do comics for the uh, New York Times or write poems because I was also really into poetry and I still am. I'm still doing that. And I would like to continue doing that later in life, maybe not as like a primary career, but maybe just, as a hobby. It doesn't have to be something that I make money off of. It's just something that brings me a lot of joy. And I would like to grow old and probably have no kids because I've never really been into having kids. I never really wanted to have that life. So I just want to, I don't know, be a doctor, be a psychiatrist, and just grow old and just that, I don't know, just do what I like. And that's my timeline.
Be a psychiatrist and grow old. I like that.
Yeah.
Are you able to turn on your camera or your
I
video?
can't. I cracked it. I
Oh,
cracked
okay.
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Guys, questions. We'll take a couple of questions and one more presentation. Questions? Did you say you were always in Ohio, or you always grew up here?
Yeah. I always grew up here. I grew up in Newark.
Okay. No questions? Any questions about the program and everything? What got you interested in psychiatry?
Well, I've always had an interest for, human minds, the way things work. I was interested in how people interacted with each other, and I was especially interested in abnormal psychology and learning about mental illness and how they affected people because I grew up in a particularly pretty mentally ill family. So, I mean, I guess you could say that I've always been I've always been good at learning things like that. And yeah. It's
Okay.
also just, yeah.
No, go ahead. You were saying something.
Yeah, I don't know. It was always just something that I was just like really interested in. It just made me sort of happy, I guess. It felt like something that I could do and I could also be very successful in, since being a doctor is something that would earn you a lot of money, like six figures. And growing up pretty poor, I guess that was sort of my, priority.
Aspiration. Mhm.
Yeah, just be
Okay.
comfortable. Yeah.
Fair enough. Thank you. We have just 5 minutes, actually less than that. William, did you want to go, or what did you want to do? I know that you wanted to go last today.
I'll go.
Okay.
All right. My mom helped me create the.
Yeah, you have to share.
Can you pull it up on your end?
Let me try and see. Um, how many people do we have left today other than Billy?
I still have to go.
Who said that?
Sarah.
Okay. So
We can wait till next time if we have to.
I am just trying to download yours presentation, and then after it finishes downloading, you can tell me if that's the correct one. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to open that, and then let me try and share it.
Oh.
Is that?
I think I can do it. Hold on.
Do you see my screen? Does that look?
Yeah, that's mine.
Okay, then you can just ask me to go on to the next slide, and I'll do that for you.
I need the Google slides. I'm just gonna open it on my end because
Okay.
Because I need the notes.
Oh, okay, okay.
Did you want us to email you our slides?
No, if you're going to be able to show them here, then I don't need them. But for some of you, who can't, who are not going to present on Zoom, and just sending me your videos, then I will need that. Either way, I mean, however way you can get them to me is fine. Which Sarah said they haven't presented yet. Somebody said, and I couldn't note down the name.
It was Tara.
Oh, Tara. Okay.
I haven't gone yet either. And
Who
it's
said
Dana.
that? Okay. So we have Tara, we have Dana, and I'm just going to make a note of any other people. You guys will have to present on Monday. Is that fine?
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, thank you.
So
Are
how
you
do I
ready?
see my screen?
Do you see on the bottom, there is like, oh, sorry, I need to stop sharing my screen. Do you see on the bottom like a green thing that says share screen?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just click on that and you will see different little windows. The one that shows your slide, click that. And on the right, click the blue button that says share.
Okay. Sure.
Did you get that?
I'm trying. It'll work.
Or worst case, I can show your slides and you can have access to your notes on your computer.
I
And
think
then-
I got it.
Okay.
All right, can you see it?
Not yet. Do you guys see it? No, right? Yes, we see something. We see your screen, but I don't think the slides are there yet.
I'm pulling it up.
Okay.
All right.
I think
Opening Google
sharing.
Slides.
I'm just going to go on mute. That way you can do your thing.
Oh. I guess I don't have Google Slides, but I gotta download it. Sure.
Can't do the Zoom call on your computer?
No. I'm sorry. Okay, can we just have you share it?
Yeah, I'll do that. And then you tell me when to go next.
All right, I'm sorry. Okay. So you want me to turn my camera on?
Yes.
All right. Did we turn it on?
Yeah, we could see you for a second. Yes, I can see you.
Okay. So my name is William Burkhardt. I go by Billy or Bill, depending on the person. But I like Billy. I've grown up on that. I was born the day before St. Patrick's Day in 2002 in Columbus, Ohio. I'm the youngest of all my siblings, half siblings, my brothers, they're half, and my full siblings, I'm the youngest. This is a picture of me when I was playing with my favorite toy as a child or a baby. I still love to do that, but just an adult version. Well, because I have autism, it's sensory is key. And yeah, this is me when I was at daycare and I was learning to crawl. Guess I had a mullet back then too. Learning how to walk, yeah. That's my oldest sister on the right. And mom had to help me walk there, and I eventually got the hang of it. Now this is funny. me and my sister Christy, both my sisters went to COTCs, so some of you might know them. But me and one of my sisters in particular, her name's Christy. We used to fight over the pacifiers, and I guess I won the battle that day. And my earliest childhood memory, this is the last picture I think I have with my dad, because he turned out to be just as fake as that fictional character on the right. Some of my happiest memories of it in my childhood were every year we used to go on the pumpkin hike in Alley Park in Lancaster. And they'd always have cool stuff that the Boy Scouts and all them would carve, and yeah, I used to like it. We didn't get to go this year because it was canceled, but we do go every year. Mom, stop. Lots of ups and downs in elementary school. First of all, I was way not as good looking back then. And I don't know. But that's that. Now in 2012, I think it was 2012. In June of 2012, we moved out to a place called Glenford, Ohio. It's in Perry County, and I don't know, it was in the country and had lots of birds, and we had cats to eat them, and it was just, those were some of the best years of my childhood, I'll say. Middle school, I still haven't gotten to the perfection that I am now, but not that bad looking. Yeah, I was doing good in school. Now, on the left, that is my pastor and some other church people that go to the church. And there's me. But in the middle, that's when I was working out at the gym in Lancaster. Actually, I was showing my mom how to work out. It was in Lancaster. And that's on the far right. That's my two buddies, Garrison and Lance, and they're my main men. I'm still pretty close with them. And now I'm in college, and I'm taking one class because 3 was too many. And it's this class. And yeah, COVID happened and didn't really bother me because I went to a Newark Digital Academy and I excelled there. It was really easy for me. And now I'm doing this. Is there another one, Miss?
That's the last one I have. Wait,
Okay.
it says 12 out of 13, but it doesn't let me.
Huh.
Uh,
Well, I think I know what the other one is. I don't know. The
Was
picture's
that
not
one?
that important.
What
What?
was that one about, future? Or
No, the picture was actually I forgot to do the future, but we can talk about that.
yes, go ahead.
Well, I kind of thought like now is the future because it's like I'm in college and that's kind of a continuous thing.
What do you want to do in future?
But the picture was of when I was in the hospital. I had a mullet at the time. I started that trend. And I was in the ER waiting for a bed, and it's just sometimes you can take like a little under a week for a bed to become available, but it didn't take that long for me. I mean, and I learned the importance of, yeah, Danver. My major is what I'm going for. What I'm trying to do is get a mental health technician certificate because those are the people that helped me the most in the hospitals when I went there. While I'm waiting in the ER for a bed and, stuff like that.
Guys, questions for William? Dumber is saying he likes all the vegetables that you had in that picture.
Yeah, we had a garden.
Yeah, that's
Now
hard to
I
do.
forgot to post the other one. I have my fish. That's a big part of my life too.
Oh yeah, the fish, the famous
I got
fish.
this big Oscar.
Come on, guys. Questions for William before we end the session? I'm surprised nobody asked what kind of a fish is it? Does it have a name? Usually we
What
go
kind of
into
a fish
that.
do you have?
There we go.
I have lots of fish. I actually have 2 tanks. But I have my favorite fish are. You gotta love them, man. I love the Oscars. And it's an African cichlid. It's a type of one. They're pretty aggressive, but if you feed them worms and keep them with bigger sized fish that they can't eat, then they're pretty happy.
Any other questions? Okay, thank you, Billy. And we'll do Tara and Dana. Dana. How do you pronounce it again? Dana or Dana? Here, not here. We'll do those 2 presentations next time, I promise. Again, those of you who haven't presented yet, make sure you send me your videos and everything. Do both of those learning curves, 10A and 10B, by Sunday, and we'll begin chapter 10 next time.
Real
Again.
quick, I have a question.
Yes.
Okay, so at the beginning of the Zoom video, you mentioned how you should like the past 2 assignments. Okay, well mine shows that, but because I don't have any past 2, I do them all, but it shows them all completed. So why are they under, like, is it fine? Because like my grades are in there okay, but it still shows like past 2.
In the grades?
Not in the grades, but when I load it on there, it says past 2 assignments. So I click on it and then it shows like some of them, but beside it, they all say completed. So I just want to make sure like that's still okay.
So I'm just going to share my screen here. Let me try to go to, oh my God, I want to, oh yes, there you are. Okay, so let's say if I, on your grade book, does it say not completed or anything, or 0 for any of them? On your Moodle grade book, if it says 0, then that means that I haven't. So here,
Okay.
do you mean?
I don't have any of those then.
Yeah, then you're good. So you're saying,
Okay.
if you look at the screen, this is what you mean? They all say
Yeah, it
past
looks
due.
like that,
Yeah.
but it doesn't say past 2. It says completed.
Yeah, then you should be
So-
good.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. If it says complete, then you're good.
Okay.
I think somebody was saying something. Do we have Do we have learning curve assignment for chapter 4? No. The only learning curve you have for this weekend is chapter 10, and that is, as you can see here, A and B, both of them. Any other questions?
But I don't know that I thought it will be in assignment. I already did a 50%.
Oh, you already did chapter 4?
Yes.
Great, then it'll help you for the test.
Yes, a lot of questions, scenario come in.
Yeah. So that should, yeah, it doesn't go to waste.
Okay.
Yes, Billy, you have a question.
Yeah, I do.
Yes.
So I missed a few assignments, and I know you said we can retake them, so we have until November 1st to do that.
Yes.
Okay, and we just all of them, or just the learning curves? 'Cause I think that's the one I missed.
Whatever you've missed.
Okay, cool.
If you have missed like the first quiz and everything that we did, I would have to open that for you. So just let me know in an email when you plan to take that, and I will open that for that duration. That way you can take it.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Does anybody else have questions? If not, then I will see you guys Monday. So just log out from your end, and I just wanted to talk to CJ because I was having a hard time typing responses. So I'll see you guys next time.
Okay, Professor.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Thank you for talking to me.
No problem.
I guess I had it mixed up. I thought it was like either we did the poster